peace, equality, and liberty. These are the three fundamental rights that every human being needs to grow, to develop, and to live with dignity. If you talk about Nelson Mandela has the same place in the history of South Africa as Mahatma Gandhi has in Indian history. The man Nelson Mandela belonged to a tribe that was regarded as a people black tribe. Man was born in 1918 and he passed away, died in 2013. During this period, Nelson Mandela witnessed many ups and downs in his life. He was a warrior. In fact, he was a warrior who fought for humanity, who fought against injustice, and he fought for the peace in the world. He fought against the policy of apartheid, which means to segregate human beings on the basis of their race. If you talk about further about this chapter, Long Walk to Freedom, in fact this is an excerpt from the book that is written by Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was so much popular that he won near about 260 international prizes for his works, for his philanthropist works, and for his humanitarian approach. What were the main awards and the prizes he won? In 2001, he won Gandhi Peace Prize. In 1993, Mandela won Nobel Peace Prize. In 1990, he won Bharat Ratna Award for Peace. In 1992, he won Nishan-e-Pakistan for his approach towards life. Nelson Mandela spent his 30 precious years in the prison because as a child he was free to work for the community, but as he grew up he started his profession as a lawyer, and after becoming a lawyer he started to think and raise his voice for the people of his tribe. That's why he was thrust behind the bars and almost he was given the deadliest punishment, severe punishment of death penalty. But because of the international pressure, he was asked to remain in the prison up to his death, or life imprisonment was declared for him. But he was released later on and he associated himself with the African National Congress. After associating with the African National Congress, Mandela got appointed as the president of South Africa, the first black president of South Africa. The first and fair elections were held democratically in 1994, in which the political party of Nelson Mandela won 252 seats out of 400 seats, and Mandela was elected as the first black president of South Africa. Now the oath taking ceremony was organized at the St. Amphitheatre in Union Building Amphitheatre at Pretoria, where more than 140 political leaders from international level and dignitaries attended this ceremony. Lakhs of people came on the grounds, they came in open grounds, they came in the open streets and they danced in celebration of being elected Nelson Mandela. And it was there that Mandela took the oath to uphold the values of the constitution of South Africa and to serve the people of South Africa without any sort of discrimination in the mind. He took the oath, and before his taking the oath, two people, Mr. D. Kalak took the oath as the second deputy president, and Mr. Themba Mbeki took the oath of a deputy president of Africa. Mandela, after taking the place as a president, he declared and he addressed the people, and in his address he said that the people who used to think us outlaws have given us the rights to host the international people, international dignitaries on the soil of South Africa. And this was not a small victory, but it was a win that was extraordinary over the human disasters. The black people were discriminated. They were treated as subhuman beings. They were treated like animals. There were no rights for them even to take care of their families. Now Mandela mentioned that after the oath ceremony, the spectacular array of the jets and helicopters was seen in the sky. This was not the mark of the military force, but it was the mark of their loyalty of army to the newly constituted government. And after that, the generals and the officers who arrested Nelson Mandela some years ago, they saluted him. It is another example of the loyalty of the army towards a newly constituted government. After that, the Impala jets flew in the sky in V shape as a mark of a victory of the newly elected government. And after that, two national anthems were sung. One national anthem was sung for the whites and the second national anthem was sung for the blacks. In fact, the people of South Africa did not know how to sing it properly because they were depressed by the oppressor for many decades. That's why they have not learnt by heart the words of the national anthem. But two national anthems were sung as the mark of equality of both the whites as well as the blacks. And after that, Mr. Mandela thanks the people who fought before him to bring this day, to win this day and to have this day. They sacrificed their lives to make it possible the free and democratic government in South Africa. Some of the names were declared by Mandela. These are the names. Likewise, Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisters, Yusuf Dadoo, Robert Sobukwe. Further, Mandela told that the heights of the character are always developed in the conditions of the depressions. The hardest will be the conditions, the softest or the best sort of a characters will develop. He told that the true wealth of South Africa is the people of South Africa, not the minerals that are found in the soil of Africa. Mandela told that courage is not the absence of the fear. Everyone gets afraid when there are the opposite situations. Everyone feels the courage, but courage means to get triumph over the fear. So the people of South Africa, they did not surrender, they did not stoop, they did not bend, but they got the triumph over the fear. Even the woman in the society, they also associated themselves with the groups of the people who fought for the liberty. And this is the culmination of the efforts of every black people in South Africa, that today they were successful in the formation of the first non-racist democratic government in South Africa. Further, Mandela told that in every civil society, man has the two obligations. What are those two obligations? One obligation is to the family and the second obligation is to the society or to the country. Every civil human being must take care of the family and every citizen of the country must do good for the country. And if you are serving for the family, if you are caring for the family, directly it is the service to the nation. But in Africa, the people who belong to the black race, their rights were cut off, their rights were choked, and they were denied to fulfill their obligation even to the family. They were not allowed to walk outside. If they are serving in the society only in their tribe, they may act. But if they come out from the society, their rights were not equal to the people of the white community. Here this was the example of utter inhumanity. And the young man Nelson Mandela, when he attained his adulthood, he felt, when he felt the senses, responsibilities of the life, he felt that the liberty that he used to enjoy in his tribe was merely an illusion. His liberty was only illusionary. And now when he started to talk about the rights of the people of his tribe, of the people of his race, of the people of his society, the law-abiding person, the person who used to follow the laws in every situation, he was declared that he is a criminal. Where is the justice? If a person talks about his rights, should he marked as a criminal? It was the case in South Africa. A person who showed his love to his family, or the family lover person, was amputated from his family. Hence, he was thrown into the jails, prisons. If any person openly shows the love towards the family, what were the task of inhumanity? Moreover, Mandela told that freedom is not indivisible. If I am free and enjoying the freedom, the other citizen is also having the right to enjoy the freedom. If I am chained, if I have been chained, the other people, they also feel the same sort of agony, same sort of pain that I face. And if they are chained, I can also feel their pain. So freedom is equal to all. In the end of the chapter, Mandela told that here both the oppressed and the oppressor, the person who is snatching the liberty, oppressor, he is also the victim of atterness and narrow-mindedness. If anyone has snatched my liberty, has taken away my freedom, then the person who is snatching my liberty, he is also the victim. He is also in the chains of a atterness, and he is in the chains of a narrow-mindedness. So very philosophically, Mandela told that the oppressor as well as the oppressed both must be liberated. And in this note, the lesson comes to an end. In this story, in this lesson, which is an excerpt of an autobiography of Nelson Mandela, taught us, we learnt that any sort of discrimination must be rooted out from the soil of this planet Earth, and every citizen, wherever in any of the country he is living, should be liberated and must enjoy the liberty equal to all other citizens. So in the end, thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks a lot.